Hi, Tina, and welcome to today's show, A Radiant Realization with Namrata.
Hi Namrata, thank you so much for having me here. I'm excited and glad to be here with you today and thank you for the invite.
Pleasure, Tina, and I'm super excited to have you because the topic that we are going to discuss today, stress and depression. I would say, Tina, stress has been my constant companion the day I completed my academics and I joined corporate world. It has not left me for a single second. And over last couple of years when I started introspecting myself and understanding what is it, I realized that it's not only me, but couple of people are going through stress, and lot of people around has made stress their good friend. And now you're going to tell us how to unfriend this unwanted friend and make our life joyful and happy.
Yes, definitely.
So, Tina, to first, if you can tell me about your journey and what got you excited to do a lot of study and research on this topic, and why you feel that it's not a healthy thing to live in a stressful world.
Yes, so if I speak about my journey, how I started and why I decided to become an NLP coach. And so it was like 3 years back, I myself was struggling with low confidence, having that low self image, and lot of things going in my own mind, not feeling that satisfaction from within, even though I have my corporate job, a good salary package, everything good in my home, but something was missing, not feeling that fulfillment from within and feeling very low and low confident. And one day it so happened that I saw this advertisement on Insta and Facebook page about NLP. And NLP was something I was never heard before. And so I just was curious to know, like, what is NLP? Something new. I never heard this terminology before. And that curiosity made me to click on that link and okay, go and read the entire advertisement, what it is all about. And it sounds like I was able to relate with that advertisement, like if you're feeling low and you have that negative things and all. So I thought, okay, let me try this, attend this webinar, and if I get to learn something new, then why not? If I'm able to come out of my own situation, what I am going through right now. So that curiosity made me to attend that webinar. And when I attended that webinar, it was like mind blowing, the kind of content and the kind of insight I got to know in that webinar, that how powerful our mind is. It just that we don't know how to utilize it in a right way. And then I decided to join that they have that 21 days of challenge and coaching. So I thought the group, it was a group coaching about. So I thought, okay, let me invest and try this out if that helps me, and nothing like it, because I was struggling inside with myself. And then I joined that, and I saw myself, there was a drastic change in my confidence, in my personality, and the feeling so good within. And that was exactly I was looking for. And when we don't feel good from inside, from within, something we don't feel like doing anything in life. And that has made me realize, oh my god, this NLP, neuro linguistic program, it is such a powerful thing. And nobody taught us about this subject ever before, like not in our school life, and this was never even a discussion in our family or relatives. So I found it so powerful. And then one after another, I kept doing so many different courses about NLP. And I saw my life has changed 360-degree. There was a transformation in my life, and that has impacted my career, my health in so many ways. Even if my talk about my mental health, I was like, I felt so positive from within and so energetic. So all these changes started happening within me, and I felt really, oh my God, this is so powerful. And then I realized, okay, like me, there are so many people out there who feel stuck in their life. They get stuck in the negative patterns, they get stuck in confusion, and feeling low, not able to speak in public, and not even to speak in social gatherings. All of these small little problems, they get stuck in their minds, because we live most of the life in our minds. If your mind is not performing fully, then you can't do. I mean, it's just you feel helpless. So that made me give me motivation. If I can come out of this situation, I'm sure there are so many people are stuck here, and I want to help those people. Just hold their hand and take them out of this miserable life and give them that hope. Okay, your life can be so beautiful. You just need the right technique and knowledge about it. So that is the motivation behind. If I can take myself out, there are so many people are stuck. I want to help those people. That is the motivation behind. Your voice is not audible. You're mute.
What does stress mean? Like clinically, what is it called when we say people are under stress? And what are the causes that has led that person to experience stress for a prolonged period of time?
Yeah. If I talk about stress, see, stress is very natural thing. Okay. Even if you don't want, it is going to come. It is like that. For example, if you don't clean your house, what is going to happen? It is going to become dirty, right? We all know. So we clean our house every day. Stress is also same thing, because we don't have one or two things in a day or in our agenda to do. We have multiple things, and when then these things pile up, our mind feel like bombarded with so many tasks or so many work. So if we pile up all of those things in our mind, so we feel stuck. I mean, we feel so stressful. Okay, I have to do this, do that, do that. So little bit of thing coming here and there, that is very natural. But when it become excessive stress in your mind, and when it becomes so intense, that becomes the problem, because that will create, when you are stressful, your mind goes into fight and flight mode, because that is the natural cope up mechanism your mind goes. It releases some stressful hormones in your body like cortisol, adrenaline, and that gives the adverse effect in your body, like maybe blood pressure. When it becomes intense and very extreme level stress, then it becomes the adverse effect in your body and also in your mind, like your heart rate becomes higher, and that affect your sugar level in your body, even headache, severe headache, then it causes to migraine. So it's like, if you don't give focus to what is happening in your mind, and it becomes pile up in your mind, and slowly that becomes excessive, that becomes a problem. So yeah, that is a major problem having stress. But it is very natural. If I tell you in some way, you just need to know how to get rid of out of that, what to do when you are going into that excessive zone. You should know the precaution measure to come out of it.
And what would be common causes for feeling stressful?
Yeah, common causes is like I said, your day to day, like if you don't know how to cope up with your challenges, because your mind only gets stressful if you feel there are challenges, there are pressure from the outside, so your mind feels stressful, and something which is very unfamiliar. If any task or something, anything which you are doing in your day to day life, if your mind thinks that is unfamiliar, that is not familiar to your mind, that create anxiety, you become anxious, and that is stressful, that becomes stressful.
And how is stress different from depression? And when we say I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling stressed, but we are using these terms very casually these days.
Yes, yes. Even I want to bring out this depression word. People are using it so casually. I think it's just that one person is telling another person also, oh, I also feel depressed. But depression is it's not like, of course, depression is different from stress. Depression is like when you feel extreme, you don't feel like doing anything, you feel extreme hopelessness in yourself, and there is no enthusiasm in your body, no energy in your body, and you don't feel like to do anything, don't feel like talking with anyone, then that is definitely a sign of depression. You're going into that sign of depression. So that comes gradually. That is not like it's a in the initially you feeling depressed. That is the gradual going into that zone. So it is important that you notice and recognize yourself. If you're going into that zone, take that precaution, be mindful of, like, for example, what kind of people you're surrounded yourself. Are those negative people? Are those toxic people? If your people you're interacting in your day-to-day life, they are making you feel low, just distance yourself from those people, those kind of toxic people. So these are small little things you should be aware in your day-to-day life. What kind of content you're consuming in social media, or what kind of movie, or what kind of Netflix content you're watching. If that is like so negative, like nowadays there are so many genre criminal and all those things. If you're constantly watching all of this, that is definitely going to impact your mind, and the way you're thinking, that is going to impact you in your mind. So you have to be very conscious of all those things. Awareness. Okay, what I'm how I am spending my time. Am I spending my time reading some good books, some positive books, or whatever content I'm consuming, it is just uplifting my spirit or taking me down? Or even if it is meditation, just close your eyes, sit for meditation, just calm down your mind. Or there are so many activities going on in your mind, then definitely you need to calm down your mind. And what I can do, and breathing exercise is so powerful. Only the breathing exercise has the power to slowly control your thoughts. That is very very, I mean, if I put it in a best way, like breathing exercise has so much power to calm down your mind and also have control in your thoughts. But it's just the mindful exercises you're doing with yourself. Awareness, and how mindful are you with yourself, what you're doing, what you're indulging with, how you're spending your day. It's just that. Yeah.
And how can an individual recognize that they are going through period of intense stress? What should be the first sign that he or she should pick up to at least build that awareness that I am under stress and I need to reach out to for help?
Yes. So the first step to recognize, like initially we feel like it is common, like I said, it's very common to have stress. But when it become excessive, that is the problem. So initial signs would be you're not able to sleep in the night, you're getting constant so many thoughts, you become short tempered. Someone asks you, you become so short tempered, you become irritable sometimes for small little things. You become irritable and not able to sleep, getting up in the night so often, insomnia, so many thoughts are bombarding in your mind, and then you become like, okay, uh, I have so many things, if I do this, do that, you're not able to figure out how to go about it. So these are the initial signs, and then it becomes like severe headache and intense. Some people it turns out to be migraine. All of those, these are the initial stage when you become so irritable and short tempered. These are the initial stage one should keep in mind.
Now coming to like the biggest, one of the biggest challenge of today's generation, which is workplace stress. So how do we handle some unexpected setbacks that we get at workplace? Or maybe it is being overlooked for promotion or not given appraisal as per your expectation. Or the minute one would be misalignment in day-to-day deliverable with either team member or bosses or client. All these small aspects tend to build upset in us. So how do you handle such situation?
Yes. So if I talk about workplace stress, so what, even I have been working with corporate like more than a decade. I've seen people, and even I myself have gone through some setbacks. So it is like trying too hard to get things done. Okay, I know we have to be on our toes always to deliver the deadlines, meeting the expectations of the client, and bosses standing on our head, do this, do that, the timeline and all. We have to keep all of these things in mind, of course, that is there. But it's just that you organize everything in your mind and have, you should know, okay, have that steps one after another. Okay, I have to do this, then do that, then do this and do that. First of all, organize everything, what steps I have to taken one after another, and not feeling overwhelmed of so many things at one point of time. This is the first thing. And secondly, why people feel so stressed? Because they have their own expectations in their mind. These things has to be in that way, the appraisal has to be this much only I have to get. So the first thing is like, you do your best, you give your 100%. First of all, what is in your hand, you deliver that. And secondly, just leave the expectations. You can just do your part, but you cannot have control on the other person or on your boss, that he or she has to be doing the same way what you're thinking. So drop that expectations, give your 100%. I also understand about the office politics and favoritism also going beyond. Even if it is you're giving your 100%, you're working so hard, sometimes it doesn't work in that way. And I understand the kind of frustration comes behind that. So for that, I would say, learn that skill. It's a skill to how to communicate with your boss, and have that kind of observation, have that keen observation also. It is also not about having goody goody with everyone. It doesn't work like that, because I've been there. I've realized you being good with everyone doesn't work there. So you have to be little bit diplomatic way. You should know how to communicate, what to speak with your boss, how to have that conversation, how to take help from your colleagues, and what to speak and what not to speak. I would say it's altogether a different skill set. So you should learn that skill of having your, how to behave in such setting, and where to showcase your talent, where to speak, not to speak so much, and where to speak less. This is altogether a different skill. So diplomatic, you have to be play diplomatic in workplace. That would little bit of lower your stress, because you're not just expecting, okay, why people feel stressful? Because they think, okay, I am doing whatever I need to do, I'm not getting the result. That is not the right way of thinking, I would say. You should have to be diplomatic, you have to be have keen observation on everything going, in and out. That is the key to understand.
And many times it so happens that an individual is under so much stress that that leads to more error in the deliverable. So how do they address such situation?
Yes, that is definitely there. Even the person who is in stress and making error, he or she himself knows, okay, just because I have so many things going in my mind, or I'm feeling stressful, I'm making this error. So how that person can overcome this thing? Like, they can, if they have like a big chunk of task or big work, they can break down into small little parts. Because what they are thinking in their mind, oh, I have so much to do, I have so much to achieve, and that itself making them stressful. So just break them into small parts. Even if they are feeling comfortable, have a diary and have that, note it down in your diary. I have this thing, so many things to do. Break them into small parts, and break them into like, okay, day one, I will do this, day two this, or distribute it in an hour or a day or a week. Breaking them into small parts, and taking that 1 2 3 small step, 1 step 2 step 3 actions. And then after achieving, doing completing that task, they will feel a sense of achievement. So that will help them to eradicate the errors they are making. So breaking them into small parts would be the, first step that will help.
However, how much we say that we are very professional, we keep our work life separate and personal life separate, we don't allow it to get jumbled up. But I think the boundary between work and personal is almost blurred. So whether it respect to timing, whether it is respect to location, and now sometimes any upset situation in work, it impacts your personal life. And also personal challenges would impact your work life. But since we are talking about workplace related things, in that situation, how can an individual manage himself or herself? So workplace related stress is not impacting their personal life.
Yes. So it is like about work-life balance, because we all have to also give your best in office, also at home. Because if you do not give that your participation or whatever at home, that also creates so much of chaos in our mind and in our life. So for that, you should have that set clear boundaries. If I'm at office, I'm not thinking about other stuff. I have to focus 100%, give my best in my office when I am in my office. I don't have to think about, okay, what is going in my home or what I have to do. So first thing is that set clear boundaries in your mind. Give your 100% whatever you're doing at that moment, that present moment, whatever you're doing, give your 100%. That is first thing. But it is easier said than done. It is not that easy because our mind does not have control. We don't have control in our minds. For that, I would suggest focus on meditation as you wake up in the morning. Give 5 to start with little small chunk of your time. Just sit for 5 minutes meditation. There are so many guided meditations in YouTube. So what happens with gradual you're doing everyday meditation, it slowly calms down your mind. When your mind calms down, your mind gets clarity. Okay, why we don't able to come out of this misery in our mind? Because our mind is not calming down. There are so many thoughts coming one after another, and then we don't know what to do, how to do. So first of all, calm down your mind. This is the first step. Once you calm down your mind, slowly your mind gets into clarity zone. And when you get clarity, and then exactly how to do, what to do, this is the first step, I would say. And also give priority to yourself, because we have been taught since in our family, we have been taught to always share with others. Because I myself keep listening these things in our mind. So what happens when we grown up, we don't think about ourselves. We always think about, that becomes our nature, that becomes the pattern in our mind. We always think about others, क्योंकि हमारे parents भी हमको बोलते always share with others, then you eat, always help others, then you do. देर आर सर सोसाइटल वो पैटर्न भी हमारे अंदर बन चुका है. सो वी शुड ऑल्सो थिंक अबाउट योर सेल्फ केयर, गिविंग टाइम टू योर सेल्फ, सिट विथ योर सेल्फ, मेडिटेट, वट एवर यू लाइक टू डू विथ योर सेल्फ, स्पेंड टाइम विथ योर सेल्फ. जो आपको अच्छा लगता है ना, आप थोड़े टाइम के लिए वो करो. जब आप वो, देन यू स्टार्ट गिविंग टाइम टू योर सेल्फ, इवन इफ इट इज हाफ एन आवर और 10 to 15 minutes ना, you feel good from within yourself. So that we have forgotten to spend time with ourselves and give time to. We always want to do office work or give time to family, for our parents, for children, for spouse and sibling. Always allotting time for others, not giving preference and not giving priority to yourself. That is where all this start happening. So I would say priorities yourself also. Do not forget to take care of yourself, be it meditation, be it your self-care, be it going into salon, go give some pampering to yourself. It is equally important. And as I started giving this prioritizing time to myself, and I start feeling so good from within myself, and that really makes a whole big difference in other aspect of life.
Also, many times this workplace stress comes up because you're being allotted multiple projects or you have multiple bosses. So while juggling multiple responsibilities, how can a corporate employee manage himself or herself so the stress is not impacting the quality of their work?
Yes, so multiple projects and multiple tasks. I mean, this has become a very normal thing nowadays. It's a become new normal, because we don't have one task in a day. We all have multiple tasks in office also. So what I would say, what one can do, if you can delegate the task, delegate. If you are a manager or a boss, just delegate the task at, or take some help, or whatever possible things you can do to reduce your work, or to whatever reduce your task, or maybe a smart work, maybe an automation thing. So it has to be like a little bit, you have to be creative and innovation in your mind, like depending on the context and content, what task you have to think and find out the solution yourself, because you better know what are the tasks, what I can do, how I can do, what shortcut I can do. So delegation, innovation thinking, taking help from your colleagues, and be it automation in a workplace, or asking your manager about distributing tasks. I'm getting it's little bit too much. Even if there is a thing that you need to speak to your manager, if you're getting overloaded, just go and speak to your manager. This is something like I'm not taking it. Can you just can I just handle this much or that much? So communication, speaking it openly, so all of these things can help. And time management, of course. You should know how to manage your time around whatever you're doing, so that will help.
Tina, how do we manage our personal relationship with our loved ones and let them not impact by workplace stress, travel stress, or stress of day-to-day chores? And how do we navigate seamlessly across all different dynamics of life? At the same time, be our best for the people who love us the most.
Yes, so how we can like do our best for our loved ones. Of course, as I said, if you feel, if you yourself feeling stressed and depressed, then forget about others. You're not able to give your best in your relationship, be it your all the aspect of life, be it your relationship, your career, or your health, because everything start from yourself. So all of these things which we have been listening since our childhood, our parents used to tell us, wake up in time, sleep in time, have food in time. So everything starts with the basics. So we have forgotten the basics. We don't have the proper time to wake up and sleep. So first of all, you take care of yourself. You have your mindset and you have your everything in place. If you are good at whatever you're doing, then only you're able to contribute to others. So first focus on yourself. Am I am i health is good? Am I doing the right thing? So it starts with the awareness and consciousness and mindful living. So once you start taking care of yourself, then only you're able to think about the other people, your loved ones. If you are not in the right place, you're not in the doing whatever you are supposed to do, then we are not able to think about the other person. So I'm coming back to the start with your meditation, little bit of start your morning with your exercises, meditation. Because when you do exercise, when you start moving your body, your physical movement, it releases the happy hormones in your body. So it is not like I've seen people says, oh, anyways, I am doing the household work, what is the use of doing exercise? This is also kind of exercise. But that doesn't work in that way. Even if it is 10 minutes, 15 minutes, little bit physical movement, little bit stretch out you do, your body releases the happy hormones. And your body releases happy hormones, dopamine and all. You feel good from within inside. And then you feel good and you feel happy, then only you feel like giving to others. If you're feeling frustrated and irritability, you're giving the same thing to others also. So it all starts with yourself. Focus on yourself, your well-being, your mental health, your overall well-being, and your mind state of mind, your health, your habits, and your the what, as I said, your what kind of content you're consuming. Are you surrounded with the toxic people, negative people? It starts with yourself. Then only you're able to contribute to others.
How can family member or a friend have help someone who is feeling highly stressed or showing signs of depression?
Yes, so if someone recognizes, okay, this person is maybe stressful or depression, so just listen, sit with that person, just listen to that person, what that person has to say. Listening to that person only itself is the first step, and that can heal that person. Because why someone is feeling depressed, why feeling someone is feeling like out of place, because that person is thinking no one is there to listen to me what I have to say, no one is trying to understand me, like we all have heard this, मतलब कि कोई मुझे समझने की कोशिश ही नहीं कर रहा है. So have that ear to listen to that person without non-judge, without any judgment, in a non-judgmental space. So if that person is feeling comfortable, non-judgment, and I can understand sometimes in our family settings or relations with our relative settings, some we don't feel that space, safe space. So in that situation, if it is required, they can take the professional help. But that person initially just needs someone should listen to him or her in a non-judgmental space. That is the first step that we can help that person out.
Antina, you did speak about role of meditation, mindfulness practices. I would also like to know from you what is the role of exercise, sleep, healthy diet in managing stress.
As I said, it's a very basic, it is very significantly, and people nowadays don't focus on these basic things. As even food, the what kind of food we are eating, that also impact our thought process. Like in Bhagavad Gita, we know, like Bhagavad Gita says, "Jaisa an vaisa man." Okay, so our food has to be very sattvic way. But nowadays it is all fast food culture. This industry is going rapidly, growing rapidly. So people are also falling in this trap. Of course, it is so tasty and so yummy, and everyone want to eat, no one want to resist. I can understand that we cannot ignore it 100%, but have that have that boundary created, like discipline, little bit of discipline. Okay, I will have it once in a week, or I will have it twice or thrice in a month. That's it. So have that discipline, because that eating habit also impacting your thought process somewhere. And of course, sleep also impacted our mental health, even our physical health. And scrolling social media late night, and because you're consuming all those content, whatever, be it negative or be it comparison, people start comparing their life with others also while scrolling social media. That is also kind of negative content, because if you're comparing yourself, there is no point in comparison, because your life story and that person life story is totally different. You don't know the backstory of another person, whatever you're seeing in social media, be it celebrity or be it anyone else. You don't know their struggles, and they have only highlighted the good things in social media. They have not highlighted the vulnerability. Very less people they highlight. Well, and then you think, okay, that person life is so rosy, why I am like this, why so this is also kind of impacting your mental health, your physical health, because physiology and your mind, they are connected. Whatever you're thinking in your mind, the same kind of chemical reaction, same kind of reaction going into your body, and that is where you feel low, you feel depressed. It all start from there. So you have to be focused on the basic things: what kind of food you're eating, what kind of sleep is proper, what kind of people you're surrounded with. So it starts with awareness. And how you will gain awareness in your body, it just sound easy, but it is not that easy to get awareness. So what helped me to get in awareness zone? Yoga. I've been practicing yoga like more than 15 years, and then I've noticed myself as I practice yoga. Do yoga is not about the physical movement, it is the alignment of your mind, body and soul. When there is a disalignment in your mind, body, and soul, that is where all the problem happens. So for me, yoga helped me to have that alignment and creating that awareness. That awareness start appearing in your mind. You start addressing all these issues in your mind. Okay, this is the problem. How I'm going to overcome? What is the solution? So all this thing happens when you become aware. Awareness is the key to get into it.
And one last question, Tina, that I would like to know from you is you can share some stress management techniques to balance personal and professional stress and stay happy and be yourself.
It is all like starts with your well-being, your self-care. Do not deprioritize yourself. Start your day with little bit of, don't just get up and take your mobile phone and keep scrolling. That is the worst thing someone can do to themselves, I would say. Just get up in the morning, do your morning stuff, sit for meditation and have little bit of body movement, physical exercise. If you love to read, just read. I know some people will think like, oh, I have so much, I'm so busy, I don't have time. But just think about it. Even if you start your day with such mindfulness practices, no, your rest of the days will become so peaceful and so organized. If you start your day with jumbling, oh, mujhe ye karna hai, mujhe wo karna hai, and it becomes so mess throughout the day. Even if you have so many things to do, just start your day with small little things, changes in your, start with this mindfulness exercises, being peaceful, calm your mind, meditation. That itself, it's a drastic change in your entire day. And that becomes slowly, you become a make it a habit that will align your entire day, and you become, mind becomes so. So it starts with self-care and self, you become, start with self only. So that helped me, and I'm sure it helped everyone.
Yes. Fatima, thank you so much for sharing what is stress, how to handle stress, how to juggle responsibility, how to manage stress, and how to love ourselves. Like, what can we do to build self-awareness? And the key to be happy is to know what we are. So, thank you so much for sharing your views and sharing all the insights that you gain out of learning and getting trained with couple of people.
Thank you so much, Namrata. Okay, so how to self-love yourself? I know so many people struggle with, even I am getting so many clients, they say not able to, because see, everything starts with that. If you don't love yourself, you lack self-confidence, you feel low. Why someone is feeling low? Because they don't love yourself. So first, start accepting the way you are. People don't accept themselves, they find flaws in themselves, because since childhood and since the kind of environment they have grown up, they have listened to so many criticism around, and all those criticism has taken place deep inside their subconscious mind. And then whatever goes into our subconscious mind, that becomes our nature, that becomes the pattern of our mind. So first of all, accept yourself the way you are, accept your flaws, accept your mistakes, and then work towards improving them. If you're not, first of all, accept कि हाँ ये मेरे में ये problem है, and I want to improve that. Acceptance, and then work towards it to be, to making it better. Be it you want to learn any skill, so learn it. Don't just compare, I don't have this matlab, they go into the victimhood zone, they go into the cribbing zone, I am like this, I am like that. So don't crib. If you don't have something, learn. If you don't have, go and join coaching. There are so many things, we have so many resources and facilities available, because online also we can learn so many things. So just go out, learn new skills, improve yourself. You don't know how to speak, learn how to speak. If you don't know how to communicate, learn how to communicate. Everything is there, but just don't crave and don't be in that victimhood zone. That is the key. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tina, but also explaining about self-love. I really liked it. because I would say for a long time I had this misnomer that self-love is going to parlor and salon just to pamper ourselves. But I realized that that's not the only way of loving yourself. Even
Yes,
by being kind to yourself, it's a sign of self-love.
yes,
And
yes.
you rightly brought that out. So thank you so much, Tina.
Self-love is just accepting the person you are. And of course, everyone want to grow and improve. So work towards that. Take that steps. Taking action is important. Just sitting in that place and cribbing, that is not going to help. That will make you feel low and low self. All these things will come. So taking action, what you want to improve in your life, that is the key to become the best version and loving yourself.
It's I would say the topic that we discussed today on stress and depression, it's very like a day-to-day topic now. It's impacting lives of people, and the insights that you gave about building a lifestyle, building a mindset, taking care of the small things like diet, sleep, exercise, how we can be our best. I think it's really insightful. Thank you so much for coming and sharing all the learnings and experiences that you had that would make life better for anybody listening to this podcast.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you again, Namrata, for inviting me. And I hope all this insight help people in whatever way they are struggling. They will get insights from this session. Thank you.